Welcome everybody to Cheese in Depth. I'm Michael Landis, and today we have summer cocktails with some of my friends that we work together, and also we share cocktails when we meet, especially at the American Cheese Society when we get together. So I thought it would be appropriate to bring them here during the American Cheese Month, not only to share a cocktail and a cheese with them, but also to kind of talk a little bit about their first experience with the American Cheese Society. So I'm going to give a quick introduction to everybody. I'll start off with Amy.
Hey everybody, my name is Amy Spitznagel. I'm from Idyll Farms. We are a farmstead goat creamery up in Northport, Michigan.
Laurie.
Hi, I'm Laurie Baierl. I'm with Marieke Gouda.
Marieke.
So I'm Marieke, and I'm born and raised in the Netherlands, moved about 15 years ago to America, and here we are drinking cocktails with Michael and the rest of the awesome people here.
Michele Buster.
Hi, I'm privileged to be part of this because I guess I'm the square peg in the round hole. I'm Michele Buster with Forever Cheese, and I import cheeses from Italy, Spain, Portugal, and Croatia, but always up for a good time with great treats and cocktails.
Michelle H.
Nice to be with you. It's Michele Haram, technically challenged from Cypress Grove in California.
Trevor.
Hi, I'm Trevor Thomas. I'm the senior retail merchandiser and educator for Lactalis Deli, and I am based in Sacramento, California.
All right. So, since this is the American Cheese Month, it's appropriate for us to talk a little bit about that, and especially our first experience, which is always very memorable at the American Cheese Society, the convention and also the awards. So I'm going to start off with Amy, and she'll tell us about her first experience.
Well, I don't really remember my first experience as much as I remember my second experience. I was kind of overwhelmed with the first time I went to Des Moines back in 2016. The previous years I'd been sending our cheesemaker and not going myself because I was busy with my young children at home. But I finally went in, and my most memorable one was in 2017 in Denver, and we happened to win 7 ACS awards that evening, and it was just kind of overwhelming to be able to walk up to that stage and get those awards with our cheesemaker, and you know, being a small farmstead producer that we had just started making cheese. I think we were into our like 5th or 6th year of cheese making at that point. So we were really proud of our accomplishments, and that was really sticks out to me more than the first time I went because it was a blur. So that's my story.
Marieke or Laurie.
Well,
I'll let you go first.
Yes. So we started making cheese. My very first batch of cheese I made on 22 November 2006. And we entered into a different competition, and we won right away our first award with our Marieke Gouda. So I got all pumped up, and I wanted to go to the next competition, and it was the ACS. And I looked through the regulations, and apparently the cheese had to be on the market for a year. Well, that was a bummer. So my first ACS, I didn't go because I was a little bit pissed because I couldn't enter my cheese. So the second then, that was in 2008, that was Chicago. We drove down there. We have 5 children, very young children at that point. So I found a babysitter, I had 2 crazy enough to watch 5 little kids in diapers. So we went to Chicago, so we had to go quick in and out. So I think we stayed there only 1 night. We were supposed to stay 2 nights, but then we ended up 1 because we got a little bit nervous with everything. But I remember we wanted to leave early, and some guy said, "No, you should stay." Like, yeah, well, we didn't thought we would win anything actually. And the guy says, no, just stay there for the award ceremony. So we ended up staying, and we got about 7 or 8 awards that night. And I remember, now you're all gonna think I'm cocky, because after the third or fourth award, I got so excited that I went back to my seat and I said to Ralph, "You're up for the next one. You can go and get the next one." And then I'm like, "Oh no, I don't even know if I win another one." So, but that was the first ACS. We never won so many awards at the ACS ever again. But we won a lot of, and then I got a tap on my shoulder from Metropolitan Markets on the West Coast that said, "We want your cheese." And I'm like, "We're in business." So it was very exciting. The ACS means still a lot after a little rough, bumpy road in the beginning that we weren't allowed to enter the first year. They made it our way. And it's such a great way to network and meet people. And yeah, and then a lot of memories that you don't want to share with everybody. But it's phenomenal.
So I've only been to one ACS. I've been with Marieke for 2 years, and last year, of course, was canceled. So 2019 was my first one. And my memorable experience is it's just overwhelming to be with so many people that are so passionate about cheese. And it's really fun and really easy to get caught up in the excitement of it. And of course, winning competitions always boosts sales, and I am the sales director, so we definitely like to reap the benefits of that aspect of ACS.
Michele Buster.
Well, if I actually go back to the first time I went to an ACS, it's kind of uncomfortable. I mean, I'm like going back to like 1993 when I really just got into this business. So going up all the way to Idyll Farms, I was just starstruck. We had like one cheese. We didn't know much about the industry. We just knew that we had to figure out how to be in the best places. And my partner and I always said that it's not about whether we're talking about European cheese or American cheese. What's important is cheese and people's love for cheese, and that we all need to band together and do it together, because great cheese helps the industry and everybody there. So we went and supported as many as we could with all the hats that we did, from delivering to making to billing to whatever it was all just quick. And I saw all these people and these faces to all these like amazing shops and accounts that, I mean, I was just like trembling, you know, just starting out. And I went to the gym because I'm a gym rat crazy woman. And this guy, he kept talking to me. And I was like being at this point, like New York bound, you know, who's talking to me while I'm in the gym? You know, what it is, he just kept talking to me. He was pretty good looking too. But I'm like, no, you know, I've got my Italian and I've got to be there and I'm here for work. And I'm just like not being like super friendly. Then we get to this, and I didn't yet learn what the essence of ACS was all about. Then we went to the cocktail, and I learned that the guy who was in the gym was one of the guys I had been dying to meet. He was like the store manager of one of like Sutton Place Gourmet. And I wanted to crawl under a rock. Like I had wanted to meet the guy. I had the very best way, and I had to like just go up and swallow my pride and just say, hey, sorry before, I'm super nervous and all of this. And I just felt like, so there you are, embarrassed, bare my heart to you. I could have gone on more about like feeling like a pop star for bringing like the guy who made acetal and taught everybody about thistle flour making cheese, and everyone wanted to learn that. But I gave you my inner darkest, like super daunting first view of this amazing society, which has only continued to be just like the best feel organization amongst people. And I have to just say here, what I've seen in American cheeses over these 27 years, it's outstanding, the quality. And I take my Bobby this out because I don't have a hat to take off to you. So thank you for that.
Michele Haram.
How do you follow that? My gosh. That's such an amazing story. My first ACS was in Louisville 2, and it was just, you know, I was a cheesemonger, and completely starstruck, and just really, I was sitting on the stoop of some stairs outside somewhere, and Mariano Gonzalez and Sid Cook came up and sat on either side of me and started talking to me, and I was just like, what? Pinch me, what's happening here? This is the awesomest thing ever. And so I was hooked, and I never looked back. I just love the cheese world, the people that are in cheese world, and the fact that everybody cooperates, which was why ACS was founded, so that everybody across the country that was making cheese in small places could share that knowledge and, you know, and learn how to make cheese better, so that we could all rising boats, right? Rising tides and all the boats and all that. So I'm very proud to be the secretary this year of ACS, and hope that everybody, I'll just do a little plug, hope everybody will join us for the virtual conference happening July 28th through the 30th. Come on in.
All right, Trevor.
How you doing, Michael? Good to see you. Hey, thanks for having me here. ACS first experience, a really memorable one for me. It was 1997. It was in Seattle, Washington, and it was the last trip that I could take. My wife was expecting our first and only daughter, and this was the last trip that I was going to get a chance to take. And I had never been to a conference before. I had worked my way up through the ranks, so starting as a deli clerk, and I was the newly appointed director of delis, and now I get a chance to go to Seattle, and I'd never been there before, and I got to meet some amazing people there. It was such a small event. I want to say there was only a couple hundred people there, but the classes I got to take a cheese making class with Ricky Carroll, and just some of the friendships that I made there are still carrying on today. And I just like to kind of tag on to Michele Buster's comments about the cheese industry and see how much it's changed since first working behind that counter. It's just been amazing to see the quality of American cheeses grow over the years. I just remember California wines are something that used to be laughed at, that were always sold in a big gallon jug, and now California wines and California cheeses like Michele Haram's are just phenomenal. So I'm so glad to see how much it's grown over the years.